Welcome to Carl Wooten Field at No Man's Land Stadium in Goodwell, Oklahoma, on the campus of Oklahoma Panhandle State University. We've got a big game here today. The Panhandle State Aggies taking on Southwest Assemblies of God. Both of these teams 4-0 in league play, so this one's going to be for first place, sole possession of first place in the conference. Captains are meeting out at midfield now. Captains for the Aggies, number 61, Zach Clack. Number 71, Cullen Oliver. And number 40, Juwan Purifoy. Referee explaining all the different things to both sides' captains. Visitors will call.
The captains for your OPSU Aggies.
Aggies come into this on a 4-game win streak. A huge win last week as they went all the way to Phoenix, Arizona and defeated Arizona Christian 33-28, a come-from-behind victory over the 16th ranked team in the country. Southwest Assemblies of God has decided to defer to the second half. OPSU will receive the kickoff. Captains shake hands one more time. They'll head to the sidelines, and in less than 2 minutes, it's going to be time for kickoff. We'll go ahead and go through the listed starters for the Aggie offense while we've got time. Maybe different players out here, but this is what we were given. At quarterback, number 2, 6'1", 200-pound sophomore, number 2, DJ Scott. At running back, a 5'9", 225-pound senior, number 25, Preston Baker. At wide receiver, a 6', 185-pound junior, number 4, Nick West. At wide receiver, a 5'10", 165-pound sophomore, number 1, Miguel Hudson. And number 13, a 6'2", 190-pound junior, Cameron Taylor. At tight end, a 6'2", 195-pound freshman, Brady Barrett. At tackle, a 6'5", 290-pound senior, number 75, Jacob Popple. At guard, a 6'3", 310-pound senior, number 74, Matthew Grants. We are ready for the kickoff now. We'll get back to the rest of those as we... Assemblies of God is all set. OPSU set as well. Here's the approach, and here's the kickoff. Ball kick deep, caught at the 1-yard line. Comes across the field. He's not going to get much past the 10, as that was Miguel Hudson on the return. The other starters that we were going to mention, 6'3", 300-pound senior at center, number 71, Cullen Oliver. At the other guard, a 6'3", 275-pound senior, number 73, Diego Arenas. And at tackle, a 6', 270-pound junior, number 77, Dominique Thomas. So Aggies offense out on the field, spread formation. Quarterback turns, throws out to the outside. That's to Hudson. Or to Nick West. Short gain on the play. And it's not DJ Scott out there. It's actually number 12, Brandon Ramon, a 5'11", 195-pound junior, and gets the start at quarterback today. Same spread formation, second down, 7 yards to go. They'll look to the side for the call. Ramon calls out the play. Baker moves to his opposite side. Fakes the handoff, throws to the slant or to the tight end. Tried to hit Barrett there. Off of Barrett's hands, incomplete. The hit didn't look like it came until after the ball was already out. So drop pass there already. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Aggies. Number 22, Orlando Heyman in at running back now as they'll move into the pistol formation. He'll Option out to the side, fake the throw to him. Got a screen back the other way to West again, but not much of a gain. So it's going to be time for the Aggies to punt. They didn't even get outside of their own 15-yard line on their first offensive possession. That hasn't been what we've seen so far in the home game so far this year. The Aggies offense is lined up in the I formation and ran the ball, and also been able to move the ball well in every game typically. So Jacob Test, 5'10", 185-pound junior. Snap is on the ground, gets a good hold on it though. He'll get the kickoff. It's caught at the 48, up into Aggie territory now, 45-40. Still on his feet, inside the 35. He'll be brought down there at about the 32, 33-yard line. Looks like they'll mark it right there at the 32. So Southwest Assemblies of God takes over their first possession with 13:10 left to play in the first quarter, already in Aggie territory. There is a flag on the play, and it looks like they are going to move Southwest Assemblies of God back. So block in the back brings it back to their own 44-yard line. And that's even further back than the punt was, so about the best the Aggies could expect on that play. C.J. Collins, the quarterback, shotgun formation. He'll roll out to his right, hits an out pattern to the inside receiver, pushed out of bounds there by number 42. That is Dadarian Primes that pushed him out of bounds on that play, but not until he had a 5-yard gain. Ball right at the midfield stripe. Second down, 5 yards to go. Same formation, 2 to the wide side, 1 to the boundary side, hand off to the running back to the wide side. He gets across the midfield stripe, but he's slung down there by a couple of Aggies. Number 49, Dominic Bell, leading tackler on the team, and also number 59, Nate Leadhead. So linebackers found the gaps, got through there, and got to the running back. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. So big down for the Aggies here. And Southwest Assemblies of God is already in Aggie territory. Man in motion across the formation. He'll stop behind the guard. They'll look to the sideline for the call. There's a snap, and it's going to be a false start penalty there. So what was going to be a 3rd and 3 is going to be 3rd and 8.
It's 3rd down, Aggie fans. Let's hear ya. Let's get rolling.
Not sure what's going on with the play clock. Still showing 0 on it. There it starts back up. Quarterback Collins rolls out to his right. Throws to his inside receiver on that little out pattern again. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down by about 3 or 4 yards. As they'll mark it in Aggie territory at the 42-yard line. So the Aggies are going to play that off coverage on those inside receivers. They're just going to take that easy throw to the outside and get 5 or 6 yards and get their first down. Of course, that one they got about 10 on that play. So Aggies will have to adjust defensively to that. And we've got a timeout on the field. 11-17 left to play in the first quarter. Still no score. So out of the timeout, once again, 1st and 10 at the Aggies' 42-yard line for Southwest Assemblies of God. Here's a snap. He'll look to the wide side of the field, throws to his outside receiver. Up inside the 35-yard line, he's got a first down. They'll mark it inside the 30-yard line at about the 28-yard line. So Assembly of God having an easy time moving the ball right now. They've picked up 2 first downs in a row there. Now bunch formation to the wide side. Man in motion now. Throws it outside. It's caught on the slant pattern. Tackled quickly by Primes. Primes got a hand in there and tried to knock it away. Receiver did a good job holding on to it. And ball up to the 20-yard line, and it's another first down. Oh, 1st and 10 from just inside the 20-yard line. Earlier in the week, Coach Gaskamp said that Southwest Assembly of God would be the best team that OPSU had played this year. Handoff to the running back. He's going to be brought down after about a 4-yard gain. Number 23, Ricky Bickham, is the running back. And they'll say it's a gain of 2, so 2nd and 8 from the 17-yard line. Clock just under 10 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Trips formation to the boundary side. Plenty of time. He's under pressure now, and he's going to be brought down. Looks like it might even be considered a sack just short of the line. There is a flag on the field. We'll have to see what that is. That was Bell in on it, and it is on Southwest Assemblies of God.
Illegal block below the waist, offense number 8. That's a 15-yard penalty, previous spot.
So illegal block below the waist. That's a 15-yard penalty. So that's going to move back Southwest Assemblies of God quite a bit. Back to the 33-yard line, between the 33 and 32-yard line. And it's 3rd down and 23 yards to go. Trips formation again. He'll drop back to pass. A little bit of pressure, adjust the pocket, finds the receiver open, but he's going to be brought down well short of the first down. Number 28, Marcus McCants, chases down the receiver. So it'll be 4th down. Of course, it's in that area where you may go for it. Yeah, there's a timeout on the field. So there may have been a discretion on what down it is. Ball marked at the 16-yard line.
It is 3rd down. Put the play clock at 25 and start on my mark.
So they'll say it is 3rd down now as they move the down marker earlier when that penalty would have made them replay the down.
Let's hear it.
So 3rd down and 6 yards to go from the 16. They'll line up trips formation to the wide side. There's a snap, fakes the handoff, looks out there to his inside receiver on an out pattern, and the pass is knocked away. Knocked away. Good defensive play there. That was Deadriel Fights on that play. A 5'9", 150-pound redshirt freshman. Another penalty on Southwest Assemblies of God. Aggies is a false start penalty. Aggies will decline that. And so it'll be 4th down. It looks like Assemblies will attempt a field goal from here.
Seconds on the play clock, please.
There's the snap. Hold looks good. Kick is off. And it is good. So Southwest Assemblies of God strikes first with 8:28 left in the first quarter. It's Southwest Assemblies of God 3, OPSU 0. So back deep for the Aggies. Number 1, Miguel Hudson, and number 19, Jordan Randolph. Their first up man is Orlando Heyman. Both teams ready for the kickoff. And there's the kick, high kick. Going to be caught at about the 10-yard line. Up past the 20, breaks through. He's still on his feet at the 35, going to be brought down right near the 40-yard line. So a nice return there by Hudson is going to put the Aggies in good starting field position. So Ramon under center this time. They'll overload, and that's where they'll run from. Ball fumbled as Baker held it loosely in his hands, and Southwest Assemblies of God recovers it and takes back over at the 40-yard line in Aggies territory, already in a scoring threat after they just scored a field goal, looking to add to that total. So the Aggie defense has to turn around quickly back out there. Number 97, Charles Stone. Number 99, Justin Slaughter. And number 44, Jasper Smiley. The defensive line for the Aggies right now. Man in motion across the formation. Hand off to the running back. And he's going to be brought down for really no gain on that play. Lucky he wasn't brought down for a loss. That was the Darian Primes there, first man there, and a whole host of Aggies there to help him out as well. So second down and 10. They'll bunch formation out wide, hand it off up the middle, just trying to get some defenders out of there. Makes maybe 3 yards on the play to about the 37. So it's going to be third down already. Third down and a long 7. Aggies defense is responding well, but they've got to respond at least one more down here. Little trips formation again to the wide side of the field. Man in motion across the formation. They'll hand it to him on a jet sweep. And the Aggies are there to shut that play down. Jawan Purifoy with the tackle. But if he didn't have it, several other Aggies did. That was a loss of about 2 yards on the play. And so the Aggie defense, after the turnover, does a great job holding out Southwest Assemblies of God. Punt formation, back deep, number 14, Nick Shields, 5'9", 165-pound senior. Ball goes over the punter's head. He's going to have to chase it down and fall on it back at the 35-yard line. So it's now the Aggies' turn for some great field position as they'll start off first and 10 at the 34-yard line of Southwest Assemblies of God. Aggies offense out there, 3 splits to the left of the formation, handoff up the middle, flags on the field. as Heyman pushes forward near the 30-yard line. But that looks like that's probably going to be an offensive penalty here. We'll wait and make sure on the call. And it was a false start penalty on the Aggies. So 1st and 15, 2 split to each side, pistol formation. Ramon drops back to pass, dumps it off to Hayward out of the backfield in the middle, breaks through 2 tackles. He's up to the 30-yard line, the 25, and he's going to be right near the first down marker. Great job there on by Heyman on the run after the catch. And it is enough for a first down. So Aggies' first down of the game. Single back formation. Bring the receiver in motion across the formation. Fakes the handoff, looking deep down the sideline. He's got a man open. And it's caught for the touchdown. Number 13, Cameron Taylor, puts the Aggies on the board. Beautiful pass from Brandon Ramon. And he just let Taylor go get that one. Out-dueled the defensive back for that one. Here's a snap, the hold, the kick, and it's off of the post. So no good. That means with 5:14 left, Panhandle leads Southwest Assemblies of God 6-3. Aggies ready for the kickoff. Sterling Clappin will handle the kickoff duties. It was Cesar Tellez that missed the extra point just moments ago. Here's the kick, high. Going to be short near the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. Well, they'll throw the flag there. And the Lions have decided to just go ahead and take it at the 35 instead of having the Aggies re-kick it. They'll have it 1st and 10 there. Trailing for the first time today with the Aggies just scoring that touchdown. There's a snap, quick throw outside to the inside receiver. Catches it at the 40-yard line. Brought down quickly, though, by Jawan Purifoy. Nevertheless, a little over 5 yards of gain on that. So 2nd down and a long 4 or a short 5. Just under 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Drops back to pass again. Lets it go over the middle. It's going to be too long. 2 Aggie defenders there were the closest players to it. Number 7, Dante Shipman, and number 37, Terrell Fallon, were the closest. Trips formation. Drops back to pass again. Avoids the rush. Oh, and ball is tipped down. Almost an interception possibility there for Nate Leadhead, who just made a great defensive play there. So it's going to be 4th down, and they'll bring on the punt team. Nick Shields back once again for the Aggies to receive the punt. There's a snap. Aggie defenders almost got to it. Kind of a rugby style kick. And they'll have to let it die. And it will be downed inside the 15-yard line. Looks like it's about the 13-yard line. So with 4:13 left to play in the first quarter, the Aggies will take over from there. 1st and 10. Pistol formation. Handoff up the middle, handling the ball loosely again there. Kind of out in front of him. That was Heyman on the carry. Just a short gain, maybe 1.5 yards. So 2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Aggies. Aggies with 2 splits to each side. Shotgun formation. Heyman to Ramon's left. Quick throw outside and drops it. And Taylor just dropped that one. Right in his hands. That'll make it 3rd down and 8. Back to each side of Ramon. He'll roll out, throws it quickly to Heyman out there. Several defenders there, not going to be much of a gain at all. And the Aggies are going to be forced to punt as no gain on the play. They'll be punting again deep inside their territory at the 14-yard line. Jacob Test, once again the punter. Number 52, Mason Williams, the long snapper. There's a snap, and we've got a flag on the play. The center may have moved the ball. And it looks like they've just looks like they're picking up the flag, so no call on it. There's a snap. Test gets off the kick. It's going to be near the 50-yard line, caught at the Aggies 49. Moves up to near the 45. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like right there at the 45. So that's where the Lions will take over 1st and 10 with 3:17 left to play in this first quarter. Already in plus territory on the Aggie side of the field. This time they'll line up 2 split to each side. Shotgun formation, handoff right up the middle. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked down. Number 49, Dominic Bell, the 5'11", 240-pound senior. Just put him on his backside there. So 2nd and 10. Nice defensive play there. There's a snap. He'll roll to his left. Lets it go to outside receivers open. Enough for the 1st down. He'll step out of bounds inside the 35-yard line for a Lions 1st down. That's probably where they've had the most success today, is just those little out routes. They have multiple receivers on a side and able to get maybe a little rub on the defensive back and just get a guy open on an out pattern out there for easy short gains, easy throws, quick throw out there on off coverage. That's going to be near a first down as well, as Miguel Hudson was playing off coverage there and had to run up just to get to him after he had caught it at about 10 yards down the field. And they will mark it just short, probably inches short of it. So second down and very short. Back at the line, man in motion across the formation, fakes the handoff, throws it out, and it's dropped. Fallon was there to tackle him, but he had already dropped it, so it's going to be third and less than a yard to go. It's one of those plays where maybe they decided to go ahead and try to catch the defense trying to stop the run up the middle on a short yardage gain for a first down. You run that play action, and sometimes teams like to go to the end zone on those kind of plays when you get that on second down. Minute and a half left to play, first quarter. There's a snap. He'll roll out to his right. Lets it go. Another out pattern in through his hands.
Pass incomplete, broken up on number 30.
Deadrelli fights with the breakup on that one, but looked like that was more of a drop than anything, so it's going to be fourth down. Like we mentioned, less than a yard to go. Obviously the Lions, they line up in that shotgun formation all the time. Of course, one of the negatives that can happen of that is you get in a less than a yard situation, you don't always have the most ideal offensive play to run. And we're ready for play. Fourth down, less than a yard to go. Here's a snap. He'll try to run for it. Almost stopped. He breaks through the tackle. Leadhead met him in the backfield, but just couldn't bring him down. They had brought in number 5, Justin Allen, a 5'9", 185-pound receiver. Kind of run a Wildcat type offensive play there, and he got enough for the first down and a little bit more as the ball is marked at the 21-yard line. There's a snap, drops back to pass. He's got a man open in the close to the end zone, and it's knocked away. Dangerous play there. Dante Shipman got a hand on it. Looked like he could have had a pick six on that one. But he tipped it up, and it almost went to the receiver that was right near the goal line. Nevertheless, second down, 10 yards to go. And we've got a timeout on the field. So with 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter, it's Panhandle State 6, Southwest Assemblies of God 3. So back on the field. Second down, 10 yards to go from the Aggie 21. There's a snap, quick throw outside to the outside receiver. Too high and too wide, so it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Lions.
It's third down, Aggie fans.
They'll line up, two split way wide to the wide side of the field, one to the boundary side, two backs to his right, drops back to pass. Under pressure, lets it go to the corner. He's got a man out there. It's caught, but he was out of bounds. No good. So it's going to be 4th and 10 as the Aggie defense holds them out. Looks like they'll attempt another field goal. Looks like it'll be about a 38-yard attempt. Roderick Brown Jr., the kicker. There's a snap to hold the kick, and it is good. So with 41 seconds left in the first quarter, we're all tied up at 6 apiece. So back this time, Miguel Hudson and Jordan Randolph. Cedric Ogman is the kind of the first up man back there on the 10-yard line. Here's the approach. Toe meets leather. Caught at about the 10-yard line. Avoids one defender, avoids another, and then he's brought down. There is a flag on the play. He'll be brought down near the 15-yard line. And it's going to be a block in the back on the Aggies, so they're going to start deep in their own territory. It's already going to be poor field position. Now it's going to be even worse. There's a snap, handoff. And just gets a couple of yards there. Didn't get much. Looks like they even lost a yard on the play is where they're going to mark that. So 2nd down and 11 now for the Aggies as Lions are stiffening up their defense quite a bit here. Aggies have had trouble moving the ball since they scored that touchdown. And that is the end of the first quarter. We're all tied up at 6 apiece. So 2nd down and 11 for the Aggies from the 6-yard line. Here's the snap. Haywood with it. Up past the 10 and drug out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Heyman got a good gain on that one. Struggling to get up. Looks like he may be injured a little bit.
Orlando Heyman.
Preston Baker will come in and take his spot. He slowly walks back to the sideline, the bench area. So Ramon under center. He'll turn, hand it off to Baker up the middle. Bust off a tackler. Face mask call there. He was brought down at about the 20, but they're going to get a free 15 out of that one. Baker, pretty big kid. 5'9", but weighs 225 pounds. He bounced off that first tackler pretty well. So that's going to move the Aggies back out in good territory and give them a 1st and 10. Ball marked at the 36-yard line. Pistol formation, 2 split to the wide, 1 to the boundary side. There's the handoff to Baker again. He'll try to bounce it outside. Another face mask penalty. So they're going to get a free 15 again. That'll move the ball all the way into Lion territory at the 49-yard line. Pistol formation, turns, hands it off to Baker. He'll run to the wide side. And he's going to be brought down after about a yard gain on that play. Assembly's probably just happy that he was brought down without another face mask penalty. Well, Heyman back out there at the running back position. Man in motion across the formation. Ramon drops back to pass. He's got a man open, wide open. He's at the 20, the 10, and touchdown Aggies. Number 86, Brady Barrett, wide open. Or actually, that was number 85, Seth Barbarino, the wide receiver. Just a freshman. And the Aggies are back on top. Here's the kick. And that one from Tellez is good. So with 13:27 left to play in the first half, the Aggies now lead Southwest Assemblies of God 13-6. So Sterling Clappin sets the ball down. Aggies will huddle up as they prepare for the kickoff. Because of the wind, Orlando Heyman will step up and hold it on the tee. There's the approach and the kick. And that one's going to go out of bounds, so that means Southwest Assemblies of God will get the ball at the 35-yard line. That's twice now on Aggie kickoffs that's happened. Trips formation to the boundary side. No receivers to the field side. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to that side. He's got a receiver open. That's going to be enough for a first down. Marcus McCants pushes him out of bounds. He'll mark it at the 46-yard line. Trips formation, kind of a bunch formation, is handoff to the running back that way. He'll cut up past the 50-yard line, going to make it to about the 47. A late flag on that play. That may be a personal foul penalty. We'll see who that's on. Looked like Leadhead was hit after the play, but they call it on the Aggies, so ball moved all the way up to the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Trips formation again to the right side. He'll roll that way. Collins lets it go deep. Well covered. Ball out of bounds, uncatchable anyway. So 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Both teams back out there, ready to go. Drops back to pass. Throws out to the right. Hits his man on the slant pattern. That's going to be enough for a first down. About 11-yard gain on the play or so. They'll mark it right at the 20-yard line. There's a snap, handoff to the left, and tripped up there. Fights there, got the tackle. About a 2-yard gain. Good play on that defensively as he stepped into that hole. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. There's a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Big hit there. He's under pressure, though. Several Aggies there, and he's going to be brought down for a sack. Darian Primes there for the sack. We do have a flag on the field in the end zone. There's 2 of them now as the referee takes off his hat. That's probably going to be offsetting penalties. Usually when they throw down the hat, too. Referee still discussing exactly what the call is going to be. And they're already marking off territory. Personal foul penalty on the Lions. And another dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. So that's going to mark off 30 yards on the Lions. All the way back into their own territory. Ball will be placed at the 47-yard line. And they've got to get all the way to the 10-yard line for a first down. So 2nd down and 43 yards to go. They'll line up trips formation to the wide side of the field. Ball on the ground there. He picked it up quickly. Got his receiver, catches it at the 50s, up to the 45. Stiff arms his way up to the 40-yard line. Looked like he was knocked out about a yard further back, but nevertheless, it's 3rd down and 30 yards to go from the Aggies' 30-yard line, 40-yard line. 11 minutes still to play in this one, in the first half. The Aggies can just keep from giving up a giant play here. They should see a punt coming their way. There's thrown, caught at the 35, and he's going to be wrangled down there. Jawan Purifoy brings him down. They'll give him forward progress just inside the 34-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and a very long ways to go. And they're going to be forced to punt. Here's the snap. Rugby-style kick. Gets it off. Oh, a great kick inside the 5, and it's going to fall dead at about the 2-3-yard line. And that's where the Aggies will take over with 9:59 left to play in the first half. So this time the Aggies will line up I formation, Ramon under center. Heyman at the tailback position, and they'll hand it off to Baker, who moved into that fullback position. And he'll make it out to the 5-yard line, just trying to give them a little breathing room here. That's usually the offense's first goal when you're backed up inside your own 5-yard line, is just trying to get enough room that your punter has room to punt. Second goal, try to get that first down, and then after that you can worry about trying to score. Hand off to Heyman. He's up past the 10-yard line, up to the 11. Now it's going to be 3rd down and short, so big down here for the Aggies. 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Man in motion. Ramon drops back to pass. Looking deep down the sideline. And just off the fingertips of Taylor. Oh, the Aggies are going to be forced to punt now. And at least they got out from the shadow of their goal line. So Test back to punt again. Williams the snapper. Good clean snap. Test gets the kick off. High kick. Back in past midfield. He'll bounce out of bounds at about the 44-yard line on the Lions side. Pretty good punt. No return there. So good job by Test. 8:35 still left to play. They'll mark the ball at the 43-yard line. Aggies still leading 13-6.
OPSU would like to thank tonight's game sponsor, Food.
Shotgun formation, 2 split to the right, 1 to the left. He'll roll to his right, lets it go towards the sideline. Caught on that out pattern again near the 1st down. It's almost a secondary play. If they look over there and see off coverage, they're going to throw it. See that more and more in college football. If somebody's going to give you that easy 10-yard gain, you'll take it. There's snap, handoff to the running back, to the left, busts through 1 tackle, runs over one of our defenders, and falls forward to about the 35-yard line. Dante Shipman in on that tackle. He'll have to come out for a play as his helmet came off. Unless there's a penalty on the other team. If your helmet comes off in college football on a play, you have to come out on the next one. That happened after a plague of those about 5 years ago, where some players, it seemed like every play they wore their helmet so loose it came off. Rolls out to his right, comes back to his left. He's going to scramble, avoids the first tackler, still on his feet inside the 30-yard line. And he'll be brought down there near the 25 by number 61, Zachary Perez-Clack. Dominic Bell in pain on the sideline. That's not a good sign for the Aggies. So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Quick throw outside on that out pattern again. And he makes a couple. Good tackle there by Fights. and keep it to a 4-yard gain. There's a snap, quick throw outside. It's caught up to the 20-yard line, avoids defenders up to the 15-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Jeremy Wright, the outside linebacker, on the tackle on that one. Snap, rolls out to his right, quick throw, inside receiver runs an out pattern again, and an easy 7-8 yard gain. Southwest Assemblies of God moving the ball very well on this drive. Just kind of taking what the Aggies are giving them as they continue to play off coverage. Same formation. Quarterback takes a snap, handoff, fakes it, throws it outside to the inside receiver. He's going to be brought down right away. Good defensive play, and looks like the other receiver maybe called for holding as well. No, it'll be a false start on the offense. So they'll move that one back 5. Dante Shipman with a great defensive play there, though. Despite being blocked and defended on, or blocked on that one, still got off the block and made the tackle. But still second down, 8 yards to go from the 14-yard line. Ball is snapped, throws the fade to the corner, and too high. Well defended there, again by Shipman. Almost looked like they weren't sure whether that play was ready to start or not, but the ball was snapped and the quarterback found someone to throw it there. 3rd and 8. Good to see Dominic Bell up and running on the sideline, trying to see if he's ready to go back out there and continue to help this Aggies defense. Two split to the wide, one to the boundary side. Quarterback drops back, throws to the boundary side. It's caught. That's going to be near the first down marker. We'll have to see where the spot is. It's down near the 5-yard line. And it is a 1st and goal. 5:30 to play still in this first half. Aggies leading 13-6. There's a handoff. Aggies right there. He's not going to get much of anything. Had a couple of power backs lined up on that left side. And Aggies just a great run defense, only allowing about 3.2 yards per game. Or not per game, but actually per rush. That's the kind of run defense you can definitely live with there. So 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Quarterback keeper this time. Wildcat formation. He's into the end zone. We do have a flag thrown on the play. And it's a personal foul face mask penalty on the Aggies. So the touchdown will count. Lions will come out and line up for the extra point to try to tie the game up. There's the hold and the kick, and it is good. So with 4:35 left to play in the first half, we're all knotted up at 13 apiece. And because of that face mask penalty, Southwest Assemblies of God will kick off from the 50-yard line. Of course, in these situations, you've always got to be ready for some sort of an onside kick if somebody wants to take advantage of that field position too. Or sometimes they'll try to kick it high and try to allow their defenders to get down there a little better than a normal kickoff and try to pin the other team deep that way. Of course, they haven't had any trouble pinning the Aggies back deep on kickoffs, as their coverage has caught the Aggies back at the 10 and 15-yard line a couple different times. Here's the approach and the kick. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line, the 15, the 20, and up to the 25-yard line. Ball loose, and it looks like Southwest Assemblies of God has fallen on the ball, and they'll have possession inside the Aggies' 20-yard line, or just outside of it at the 21-yard line with 4.5 minutes left in this half. That was Jordan Randolph with the return and coughed it up. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff, throw over the middle to the tight end. He dips down and catches the low ball right at the 5-yard line. And we do have a false start penalty, though, on Southwest Assemblies of God. So that one's coming back. So a big break for the Aggie defense there. Lions were looking at a 1st and goal situation at the 5-yard line, but instead, ball moved back to the 26-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15 yards to go. Man in motion across the formation. Fakes the quick throw to the right, rolls out to his left. He's going to try to run it, and knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line by Purifoy. Good coverage down the field. He tried to fake that throw to the right and wanted to go back to the left and go deep, but he was well covered there by Dante Shipman. Also, Terrell Fallon was back in his safety position for help as well. So 2nd down, 15 yards to go. There's a snap, rolls to his right, lets it go. He's got a man open inside the 10, breaks the tackle, and leans forward into the end zone for the touchdown. Once again, hitting that inside receiver on the out pattern. It's really been their bread and butter all day long. Of course, the Aggies hurting themselves with turnovers, and that one directly turned into points. We've got a false start penalty on Southwest Assemblies of God. Kicker marks off his steps. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good. So with 3:52 left to play in the first half, it's now Southwest Assemblies of God 20, Panhandle State 13. Back deep to receive the kick for the Aggies, number 1, Miguel Hudson, and number 4, Nick West. Also Orlando Heyman. Here's the approach and the kick. It's a high, short kick. Falls into the zone about the 20. And it is caught by Hudson, or picked up by Hudson, and he falls down right there at the 22-yard line just to make sure that the Aggies have full possession of it. They'll take over 1st and 10 there. Ends up they place the ball at the 23-yard line. Handoff, and bulls his way up to about the 25-yard line for a 2-yard gain. That was Preston Baker on the carry.
2-yard gain, number 25, Preston Baker.
Pistol formation, handoff to Baker again. And about a 2-yard gain on that one as well, up to about the 27-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd down, 6 yards to go. So pistol formation, 2 splits to each side. Heyman in the backfield behind Ramon. There's the snap. He'll drop back to pass. Looking deep. He's got a man open and just over the outstretched fingertips of Miguel Hudson. So Aggies are going to be forced to punt.
Number 1, Miguel Hudson.
There's the snap to test. Gets the kickoff cleanly. And it'll bound near the 30-yard line where it's picked up. Several Aggies bring him down at about the 38-yard line. So Southwest Assemblies of God will have it 1st and 10 there with 2.5 minutes still left to play in this first half, already leading Panhandle State by 7. There's the snap, handoff. Breaks through the first tackle in the backfield, up past the 45-yard line where he'll be brought down. Adrian Johnson and Terrell Fallon in on the tackle. So 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Aggie defense needs a stop here. Offense has scored twice today, but they've had quite a bit of a struggle moving the ball other than those 2 scoring drives. Quarterback rolls out, lets it go deep. And it'll fall incomplete. Terrell Fallon, the closest player. So 3rd down, 4 yards to go.
Will our game time sponsors from Seaboard please make their way down the field along with Little Aggie cheerleaders?
Fakes the handoff, throws it out quickly to the inside receiver. Still got a hold on him. Number 37, Terrell Fallon there to make that tackle. Running back kind of ran back in circles several times. It looked like he ended up with just the belt strap as all he had a hold of, but that was enough. And it's going to be 4th down. as he tackled him for about a 3-yard loss on that play. 4th and 7 yards to go from the 41. We've got a timeout on the field with 1:36 left to play in the half. Southwest Assemblies of God leads Panhandle State 20-13. Nick Shields back once again to receive the punt. He'll stand at about his 15-yard line. There's a snap. Kind of a rugby style. He'll run. Short kick. It'll roll to about the 30-yard line. So not much of a kick on that one. Aggies will start there at their own 30-yard line. Minute and a half left. They'll have time to... That's plenty of time to try it down there and get the tying score before the half. Pistol formation. Takes a snap, throws it out quickly outside. Caught. Up past the 35. There's a flag on the field. Nick West with the catch. Up to the 36 is looks like where they'll have it. We'll have to see what the call is. Usually a holding call or a below the knee block. And it is holding, so that gain negated. It'll be first, as it was a little bit down the field, so they'll mark it at the 25. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Aggies. 1:24 left to play in the half. Pistol formation, Heyman behind him, or that's Preston out there. They'll throw it back the other way to West. He dropped it, incomplete pass, so 2nd and 15. Ramon gets the signal from the sideline, calls out the play. Play clock under 5. There's the snap. He'll drop back to pass. Under pressure, rolls out to his left, lets a pass go. It's a short gain as it's caught by West, but only about a 2 or 3 yard gain on the play. It'll make it 3rd and still long as the ball is placed at the 33-yard line. So 3rd and 13 yards to go. They'll line up pistol formation, 2 splits to each side. Ramon drops back to pass, lets it go, over to West, makes the catch along the sideline, steps out of bounds to stop the clock. It'll be short of the first down, though, as it'll be 4th down and 4 yards to go. So probably would have been better if he stayed in bounds there just to force the Lions to use one of their timeouts. Test back to punt. There's the snap to him. There's the kick. And that one's going to head out of bounds. It's blown out by the wind. 1 minute still to play in the half. Aggies defense needs to hold here and make sure they're only down at worst by a touchdown at the half. Man in motion across the formation, fakes the handoff, throws it on the out pattern to the inside receiver. Caught for a short gain. Fights there on the tackle. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Clock at 45 seconds right now. There's a snap. He'll roll to his right. Under pressure, avoids the rush, rolls back to his left, wants to go deep. He's got a man over here, and the pass is too long. Well covered there by Dante Shipman. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6 yards to go. 24 seconds left to play in the half. Little pistol formation, 2 backs to the side, hand off to the running back, pushes forward past the 40-yard line, but he'll be stopped there. And we've got a timeout on the field with 15 seconds left in the half. It's Southwest Assemblies of God 20, Panhandle State 13. Both teams back out on the field. Punt formation. There's the snap and the rugby-style kick. It'll hit it about the 30 and just keep rolling. It'll roll down inside the 10-yard line. And they'll stop the clock with 4 seconds left. So Aggies, I'm sure, will just go out and take a knee here to send it to the half. Well, Ramon takes the snap, takes a knee. And that will be the half. Aggies trailing Southwest Assemblies of God 20-13.
Yeah, it's really a blessing. I've been at this for 25 years, and it's been interesting to watch the different things that recruit students to your university, and really facilities sell these days.
They do. And, you know, for students, even those who don't play sports, it's something that kids don't just come to college for the academic part. They come for the experience. And anything you can do, especially athletics, adds to the experience. Even if you don't play a sport, it's something that brings you closer with the rest of the student body. So it creates camaraderie and things like that.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. I've been here about 18 months, and it just seems like everything between the tailgate and all of the experiences in our basketball right down to graduation is really kicking off. So,
and here's the kickoff for the second half, and for the 3rd time, that kickoff's going to go out of bounds, which is going to give Southwest Assemblies of God a 1st and 10 starting at their own 35-yard line. So adjusting to that wind out there may be just a little too much.
Yeah, I've been. We were all waiting for Coach Gaskamp and the players when they got back from Arizona last Sunday morning, and I told Gaskamp as the minute he got off the bus that it would be okay if we didn't take it all the way down to the last 3 minutes of the 4th quarter. He was about to give me a heart attack.
That was a huge win for them, beating a ranked team on the road like that, especially a big long trip like that. Of course, now today, Southwest Assemblies of God has moved into the rankings 18th. Back to pass down the sideline, well guarded, and there is a flag thrown on the field. We'll have to see what that is. In the area of pass interference, it looked like it was pretty good coverage over there. Dante Shipman over there on the coverage. And they call defensive holding is what the call was. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down. Ball moved up to the 45-yard line. Are there any other things about that are going on at Panhandle State that you'd like to mention while you're on the air here?
You bet. Thank you. Probably the biggest thing for the future of our university is that we admitted the largest freshman class in the history of the university. When you look at the building blocks that are going to make us do great things.
Roll out to the right, pass goes, and it's defended well there, but just over the outstretched hands of Marcus McCants. Receiver did get a hand on it, but falls incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
I'm not gonna lie, I get so into the game. I apologize. I get so excited. I saw that pass go up, and I couldn't help but hold my breath. So, but anyway, we're very excited about admitting the largest freshman class. That's really our way forward, is to grow our enrollment, and so we're excited to set an enrollment record and kind of move forward.
Shotgun formation, man in motion across It'll drop back to pass. Looks to that boundary side. He's got one open up at the Aggies 40-yard line, breaks free from the tackle, and steps out of bounds near the 30-yard line. So that's going to be a first down for the Lions in Aggie territory. You know, I have noticed over here that it just seems like, and I'm sure that you get the feel of that as a president here, just it seems like the spirit here is growing, and there's a real positive, for lack of a better term, vibe that you feel overall here. I'm not here on a daily basis, but it just seems like there's a lot of things moving in a positive manner.
You're absolutely right. Talk about that in just a second.
Shotgun formation, 2 to the boundary side, 1 to the wide side, handoff to the left, and he's going to gain a couple before he's wrangled down by several Aggies. Good to see Dominic Bell out there. He sat out a lot of that first half with some sort of an injury, a leg injury. He was over here running that off just before the end of the half, and healthy enough to get back out on the field. And since he leads the team in tackles, it's important to keep him out there.
You know, you were talking about the positive vibe. It is so fun to watch people sort of wake up to all the great things we're doing. Dominic Bell's a great inspiration on campus, on and off the field.
Is that right? Trips formation to the boundary side. Looks like he's looking deep. All his receivers covered well, but snuck a pass in there just past the hand of Dante Shipman. That's going to be enough for a first down. Looks like they'll mark it right there, just outside just right at the 20-yard line. Aggies defense really needs to stiffen up here. Southwest Assemblies of God already leading by a touchdown this game for first place in the conference. Both teams tied 4-0. That one tipped away. That was Leadhead that got his hands on it. There was a flag late, and that might have been a tip ball if they're going for pass interference, as one of the other referees is saying it was tipped. So no flag on the play.
Well, I'm happy to see them pick that up.
Yeah, that was. Well, Leadhead definitely got a hand on that one. So 2nd and 10. Trips formation to the boundary side. He'll fake the handoff, looking to throw. Under pressure now. Escapes to the right, dumps it off to one of his fullbacks or tight end there. But that's going to be a loss of a yard, it looks like, as he's tackled behind the 20-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and about 11 yards to go. Looks like they'll mark it back at the 22. Kind of waiting for the down marker guy to move. I noticed that looked like he was a little too far up. We'll call it 13 yards to go, really. So 3rd and 13. Aggies defense in need of a stop here. He'll drop back to pass. Lets one go towards the corner. No one there, and it was well out of bounds anyway. Shipman the closest player to it, so it's going to be 4th down. And it looks like the Lions will attempt their 3rd field goal of the game. Made the first 2 so far.
You know, you were talking about the positive vibe. It is so much fun to watch and to work every day. What a blessing it is to be around these young people and see them sort of find themselves and figure out where they're going to be and what they want to be and what they want to do. And it's just a blast to be on campus. I'd encourage anybody to get to campus anytime they can.
They'll line up for the field goal. Kicker marks off his steps. There's the snap. It's blocked. Picked up by the Aggies.
Go, go, go.
And out at about the 25-yard line.
That might be the momentum boost we needed.
Number 58, David Smith with the block on that one. So the Aggies hold back Southwestern Assemblies of God, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line with 12:21 left to play in the 3rd quarter. You know, one of the things that I've talked to, I know some of the students, obviously locally I've covered in sports, but also met kids from out of the area too. And, you know, we're not a big metropolis, but what you find out in college, wherever you are, it's the relationships. It's the friends you make. Ramon drops back to pass, throws it out in the flat. Short catch. Short gain on that to Darrence James.
Number 18, Darrence James.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's about getting them in an environment where they feel safe, so they can take some chances, so they can start to understand who they are and where they're going to be. That's what I love about athletics. It makes for good decision makers.
Well, that ball really caught for no gain. Hand off to Heyman. He'll go to the short side, kind of falls forward, maybe gained a yard and a half on the play. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Aggies. Aggies offense, they've scored twice today, but other than those 2 scoring drives, they've really struggled to move the ball all day long. A lot of 3 and outs. Even when they were helped by penalties, still unable to take advantage of that. Ramon drops back to pass. He looks over the middle. He's got a man open. He's up to the 45, the 50. And drags the tackler over to the 45-yard line of the Lions. That was Miguel Hudson on the catch. And he's kind of coming up gimpy. He'll get off the field.
That was a huge momentum play. That's one of the things I was going to say, building on what you were going to say, is if they make good decisions on the field, they'll make good decisions in the dorm and in life, and as they make all kinds of decisions. Really proud of Gascamp and his program.
Man in motion across the formation. Handed off to Heyman up the middle. He busts through. He's at the 35, the 30, and just barely brought down by a shoestring tackle at the 26-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Aggies. Aggies quickly to the line. Ramon under center. He'll turn, hand it off to Heyman again. This time to the right. He'll pop it outside. And he's going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as one of the linebackers for the Lions pop through there and stop the play. Coming into the game, number 25, Preston Baker. He'll take Heyman's spot at the tailback position. About 10 minutes still left in this 3rd quarter. Aggies trailing by 7. Trying to tie this one up. Hand off to Baker to the left. Made maybe a half a yard on the play as he falls short just to the 25-yard line.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I'm a very good commentator. I get so into the game, I forget to talk. So while they're getting set, we really appreciate PTCI and you especially for everything you're doing. Thank you so much.
Well, it's great to be out here, really enjoying covering the games. Ramon tosses out a little shovel pass up to Baker. Well covered there by the Lions, though. He basically got back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 4th down for the Aggies. So after those 2 big plays, it's been nothing here for the last couple of plays. They'll keep the offense on the field as they're kind of in that no man's land. Too far away to kick a field goal and too close to punt, so they'll go ahead and go for it on 4th and 10. Back to each side of Ramon. And there's a timeout on the field with 8:57 left to play. It's in the 3rd quarter. It's Southwest Assemblies of God 20, Panhandle State 13. To the wide side, 1 to the boundary side, a back to each side. Ramon drops back to pass. Under pressure, he's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. So ball turned back over on downs to the Lions. Shotgun formation, 2 wide to the wide side of the field, 1 to the boundary side. Quick pass to the outside receiver, off his hands, incomplete. So it'll be at 2nd and 10. There's a snap, drops back to pass, throws it deep along the sideline. It's going to be too long. Incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now. They'll line up trips to the wide side, one to the boundary side this time. Drops back to pass again. Oh, it's a screen to the running back, and there's plenty of room. He's up past the midfield stripe, up to the Aggies' 40-yard line, and falls forward to about the 38-yard line. So first down converts that third and 10. We've got an injured Aggie on the field. That's number 30. Heyman was the leading rusher. For the Aggies, had 5 carries for 15 yards. There's a snap, fakes a handoff, rolls out to his right. Plenty of room, plenty of time. Now he's under pressure, lets it go. Did not have a receiver in that area. Nothing but linemen, and there is a flag on the field. Referee and the umpire discussing. So is an eligible man downfield. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, so it'll still be first down, but 1st and 15. As mentioned, some of those halftime stats. Also missing Ramon, 9 of 13 for 98 yards, but 2 touchdowns. One of that long for 48 yards on one of those. So you can see by those statistics, the Aggies offense, they've scored twice, but they've really struggled to move the ball at all. Quarterback will roll out to his right. He's under pressure and just lets it go as he's out of the pocket. That'll fall incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 15 yards to go. Aggies defense has really held up and kept Panhandle in the game. Fights, who was brought off the field, actually was the leading tackler for the Aggies in the first half, had 4.5 tackles. McCants with 4, also Purifoy and Shipman with 4. Not good when your defensive backs are your 3 or 4 leading tacklers. Of course, Assembly does throw the ball quite a bit. That one completed over the middle. Good coverage there, but still able to get it in. It was DeLeon Williams on the tackle.
Come on, Aggies.
Bunch formation to the right. Man in motion a little bit there. They'll look for him over the middle on the slant. He was the one in motion, still on his feet, and he's going to make it into the end zone for the touchdown. So from 33 yards out, the Lions take a 2-touchdown lead. Setting up for the extra point. There's the snap, hold, and the kick, and it is good. So with 7:10 left to play in the third quarter, Southwest Assemblies of God increases their lead over Panhandle State, now leading 27-13. Back deep for the Aggies for the kickoff again. Miguel Hudson and Nick West. Here's the approach and the kick. Hudson gets it right at the goal line. They'll run a reverse to Heyman, and he slips and falls at about the 10-yard line. Tried to cut it up a little too tight. So that's where the Aggies will take over, 1st and 10. The Aggie offense out on the field. Cedric Ogman in at running back. We haven't seen him much today at all. Had some big games early in the season for the Aggies. There's a snap to Ramon, looking to throw. Avoids the pressure. No, he's going to be slung down. Kind of lifted his arm. Guy went past him, but he was able to reach back and get him for the sack. And that's going to be a big loss, about 6 yards on that. So second down, 16 yards to go. Ball inside the Aggies' 10-yard line. There's a snap, handoff up the middle, and Augman's going to be tackled right away. No gain, so it's going to be third down. 16 yards to go. Spread formation, stack receivers on each side. Pistol, he'll drop back to pass, has to avoid the rush, and he can't, and he's going to be sacked, and he's going to be sacked in the end zone for a safety. So with 6:05 left to play in the third quarter, Southwest Assemblies of God increases their lead by another 2 points and now leads the Aggies 29-13. And the Aggies will be kicking off. So after a safety, it will be a free kick from the 20-yard line. So the Lions most likely will get very good field position. You can kind of kick off this play any way you want, whether it's a punt or a kickoff. It looks like they're going to use Tellez, who's mainly their field goal kicker, not their kickoff specialist. He's going to be the one kicking it off in this free kick situation. A lot of teams will choose to punt here, but Aggies are going to kick off. Here's the approach and the kick. Good foot into that one. All the way back to the 25, back to the 20, and it'll roll out of bounds, as the ball will be placed right at the 50-yard line. So already leading by 16. The Lions are already in prime position at the 50-yard line. Aggie defense that's already been out there too much is going to have to hold here. There's a snap, handoff to the left. He'll fall forward for about 2 yards, maybe 3 on the play. So second down, 7 yards to go. The ball is now in Aggie territory. There's a snap, quick throw to the outside receiver coming inside, 45 or 45 up to the 40-yard line, and brought down at about the 37. That's going to be enough for a first down. Aggies defense may be just wearing out here, as they've been on the field quite a bit of the time today. Drop backs to pass. He's looking along the sideline, and it's intercepted. Up to the 25-yard line. That's Dante Shipman. He's done a great job out there at corner today. Made some plays, and he made a big one there. Getting the ball back to the Aggies with 5:18 left in the third quarter. This time, Ramon will line up under center, man in motion. They'll give it to Augman, back to the right. And he's through the initial line up past the 30-yard line. He'll get 5 on that play, so second down, 5 yards to go. Good gain on first down. Opens up more things in the offense. Same single back formation. They'll turn, fake the handoff, looks to throw, finds his receiver along the sideline, and he's out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Cameron Taylor with that catch. And they'll give him forward progress up to the 37-yard line. So that's enough for an Aggie first down. Turn, hand off to Ogman. And he's not going to get much, and that's just been the case all day long for the Aggie tailbacks. Just no room to run. As I mentioned, the leading rusher at the half, Heyman had 15 yards on 5 carries. And when your top rusher only averages 3 yards per carry, that means it's tough sledding. So second down, 8 yards to go. Hand off to Heyman up the middle. He's past the 40-yard line up to the 41. That'll make it third down, 6 yards to go.
Number 22, Orlando Heyman.
Pistol formation with a power back to the right. Back switching around. Now there's a back to each side of Ramon. Play clock under 5. Gets it off. Throws it out in the flats. He's got a man open up to the midfield stripe. That's going to be enough for a first down. That catch was by Darrence James. And they'll mark it in Southwest Assemblies of God territory at the 49. Aggies quickly to the line. They'll stay in the same formation. Got a little momentum going, but they're going to have to carry it because they need a score. Out in the flat again to James. He's up to the 40-yard line to the 39. He'll be close to the first down. Looks like they'll mark him right at the 40. So second down, 1 yard to go. You know, this is a spot on the field at the other team's 40-yard line where a lot of times you'll see teams try to hit a home run and go deep, especially with a 2nd and 1 situation. It's a golden opportunity to go for a big play here. We'll see if they do that. No, hand it off to Ogman up the middle. He's past the 35, fights forward for a couple more yards up to the 32-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Aggies. Pistol formation, option. Ogman will get it early. Flag on the field. That's in the area of holding, so this one's probably going to come back. He really just made it back to the line of scrimmage. And they will move the Aggies back. Back 10 yards, so it'll still be first down, but it'll be 1st and 20 from the 42-yard line. Fakes the handoff, looking deep, now under pressure, lets one go. And there was a flag on the play. We might have a defensive penalty for holding here. We'll have to see what the call is. Even if that's only 10 yards, that'll get them back up where they originally were, but it'll also make an automatic first down. Referee still discussing it out there. And the flag is waved off, so that means it's going to be 2nd down and 20 for the Aggies. That must have thrown that for a pass interference, and since the ball was uncatchable, they waved that one off. So 2 split to the left, 1 to the right. Heyman in the backfield. He'll get the handoff just past the 40-yard line up to the 38. Not much help when you need 20 for the first down. So 3rd down and long for the Aggies here. Here's the snap. Ramon will drop back. Has to avoid the pressure. He steps up, throws it out in the flat, avoids the first defender, racing towards the first down. He's got it. That's James again. Just dumped it off to him in the flats. He was his release valve, emergency release there, and got the pass off. Good enough for the first down at the 16-yard line. So the Aggies still driving here. It's an important one. Of course, the Aggies have been a second-half team this year, so they definitely have to have confidence that they can come back in this one. There's a snap. Hand off to Heyman up the middle. Busts through a couple of tackles, still fighting forward inside the 10-yard line. He'll be brought down at the 7. So a nice first down run there. So 9 yards on the play, 2nd down and 1 as he'll come off the field and Augman comes back on. Late substitution there by Assemblies. They get that player on. Ramon rolls out to his right. Shovel pass forward to James. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. A great drive by the Aggies to get back in this one. And they may go for 2 on this one. Trailing by 16 points, they'll need 2 touchdowns with 2 two-point conversions to tie it up. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And we've got a flag on the field. Oh, timeout on the field. Just 2 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Aggies trail 29-19. Here's the snap. Ramon dumps it over the middle. He's got a man open. It's good for 2 points. That was the tight end. Number 86, Brady Barrett with the catch from Ramon. And the Aggies have pulled within 8. With 2 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, they trail 29-21. So it'll be Cesar Tellez kicking off again for the Aggies. Aggies just looking to get one to land in bounds now. That's 4 in a row that they've had go out of bounds and given great field position to the Lions. There's the kick. It's along that sideline again, and once again, it's out of bounds. Oh, Southwest Assemblies of God will start at the 35-yard line again. Well, Southwest Assemblies of God has decided to have them go ahead and kick it off again. And look like the Aggies going to have a changing kicker. They're going to bring Jacob Tess, the punter, out and let him handle the kicking duties. Like I said, that's 5 in a row. They're just trying to get one to land in bounds There's the kick. High short kick, caught at the 30-yard line. Up to the 35, the 40 still on his feet. And knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line, it looks like. That's where they'll have it, 1st and 10. And that was the final play of the 3rd quarter. So we'll head to the 4th quarter. OPSU 21, Southwest Assemblies of God 29. Oh, Aggie defense out there needing a stop, trailing by 8 points as we start this 4th quarter. Shotgun formation as the lines have been in all day long. There's a snap. He'll drop back to pass. And he's going to try to take off and run, and Dominic Bell says, no, you're not, as he pulls him down for a sack. Zachary Perez-Clack also there to help out as well. So it'll be 2nd down and about 12 yards to go as the ball's marked back inside the 40-yard line at the 38. There's a snap, quick throw to the outside receiver. He drops it. Little bubble screen action there. Had it look like he could have made some yards, but just flat out dropped it, hit him in the chest. So 3rd and 12 yards to go. So big down here for the Aggies, trying to get off. Aggies defense trying to get off the field, get that offense back out there and try to go score again. They'll line up in a stack formation, trips to the right. Drops back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to be sacked. Number 48, Cameron Lyons with the sack. So the Aggies defense with a 3 and out. Sent the Lions backwards on all 3 plays on that drive. Nick Shields back at his own 30-yard line. He'll have to be careful the direction he'll be looking up. He'll have the sun in his eyes on this punt return. If it's a high kick, no, it's a low roller. That's going to be where he can grab that at the 30-yard line. He's up at the 35, the 40, 45, but that's where he'll be brought down. So Aggies with fantastic field possession as they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 46 with 13 minutes and 19 seconds left to play in this one, trailing by 8. A pistol formation, 2 splits to each side. Augman in the backfield. He'll move to the left. There's a snap, quick throw outside. It's caught up to the 50. Nick West with that catch, so good 1st down play, about 5-yard gain. Maybe more of a 4-yard gain on the play, so 2nd down and 6. Same formation. They'll look to the sideline for the play. There's a snap, drops back to pass. Looking for West over the middle, but that pass was wide of him, so it's going to be 3rd down and 6 yards to go for the Aggies. There's a snap. Ramon will roll out to his right. He's under pressure, lets it go. Great catch along the sideline. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. That was Jared Thomas with that catch. Big guy reached up and snagged that one out of the air along the sideline. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Lions. They'll look to the sideline for the play again. There's a snap. Handoff to the tailback. He busts through. Nice gain on that play. That was Heyman on the carry. He's inside the 35-yard line. It'll be second down, 2 yards to go. And we've got an injury timeout on the field. 11:47 left to play in this contest. Aggies trail by 8, but they're moving the ball. And looks like player will be able to walk off the field on his own. That's always good to see. Once again, the Aggies at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 2. Ramon drops back to pass. Lets it go out wide. It's caught. Inside the 30, breaks through a tackle, falls forward to about the 27-yard line. Late flag. That one was caught by Cameron Taylor. We'll have to wait and see what this call is. And it is a personal foul penalty on Southwest Assemblies of God. So that's going to give the Aggies a nice first down and move them into the red zone, as they'll mark it all the way inside the 15-yard line. They'll place it at the 13-yard line. There's a snap to Ramon. Quick throw outside. Taylor again. And really doesn't get much there. That one was well defended. Did look like he was able to maneuver his way just inside the 10-yard line to the 9. So 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Aggies looking to tie this one up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Still 11 minutes left to play, so plenty of time. There's a snap. Handoff to Heyman to the left. He's trying to get out wide, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds, maybe a yard short of the first down marker.
Yard run, number 22, Orlando Hank.
That's a long yard to go. 3rd and about a yard and a half. And we've got a timeout on the field. 10.5 left to play. Aggies trail 29-21. Out of the timeout once again. About a yard and a half for the Aggies. At the 5-yard line, there's a snap, option play. Ogman gets it, but the pitch was a little behind him. He's going to be tackled for a loss. And that's going to put the Aggies in a tough position. All the way back at about the 12-yard line. It'll be 4th and 9 now. Aggies will go for it. Surprised they didn't even try to kick a field goal here. Of course, I know they're within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but sometimes those 2-point conversions are tough to get. So they may be waiting and going for calling a timeout here. And they'll go ahead and let the clock run out, delay a game, so they'll go ahead and probably went ahead and did that, and they'll go ahead and kick the field goal. So Tellez will come out to kick the field goal for the Aggies. Try to pull the Aggies within 5. Seth Barbarino, the holder. Williams, the snapper. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it's blocked. Picked up by one of the Aggies, but it's going to be turned over on downs. Back to the Lions with 9:16 to play. We've got a flag on the field. That's going to be another personal foul penalty of some kind. We'll have to see who that's on. And looks like there were unsportsmanlike. And it looks like there were offsetting penalties, both unnecessary roughness after the play, which means it's almost like nothing happened. So 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line for Southwest Assemblies of God. They'll stack receivers way out to the sideline by the numbers. One receiver to the boundary side. Handoff up the middle. Fakes it. And throws it off to his H-back for a gain. We've got another flag on the field. Clock stops with 9:08 left in this one. And it's going to be on the Lions. Ineligible man downfield. So that'll bring it back to about the 12-yard line. Well, 1st and 15 now. Man in motion. He'll roll out to his left. Got a man along the sidelines up near the 20-yard line. It's caught. Knocked out of bounds by Dante Shipman after the catch. Going to make it 2nd down, 6 yards to go. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff. Quick throw outside. And it's caught for a gain. Good defense, though, out there. Marcus McCants was on him right as the ball got there. But it's going to make it 3rd and short. About a yard to go. Aggies badly in need of a stop here. 8 minutes left to play. Needing a big defensive play right here. There's a snap. They'll keep it. And there's a flag on the play. That's most likely going to be a false start there. And it is, so they're going to move them back. which is going to make that third down conversion that much tougher. It brought that Wildcat back in, Justin Allen, again. Although it did look like the Aggies had that one stuffed pretty good. So 3rd and 6 yards to go. Ball at the 21-yard line. Quarterback rolls to his left. Can't find anybody open. He rolls back to his right, still drifting back. And that pass falls incomplete. It's 4th down. There's a holding penalty, it looks like. Imagine the Aggies will turn that one down. Because it's going to be 4th down. Yeah, they'll refuse that penalty and force the Lions to punt. So McCants is going to, or not McCants, but Nick Shields will be back to receive the punt. And he's going to line up on the Lions side of the field, right in front of the 50-yard line. So Aggies should get some great field position here. Has kind of been some low line drive kicks is what we've seen, kind of rugby style kick, but way low and line driving. And gets that one off a little higher than he has some others. And it's out of bounds. We'll see where the referee marks it. And he'll mark it up near midfield at about the 49-yard line of the Aggies. So 7:19 left to play. Aggies trail by 8 points. This needs to be a touchdown scoring drive for them here. They've been a fourth quarter team all year long. Pass out into the flat, no good. Trying to get the ball to Nick West. 2nd down and 10. Takes the handoff, throws it outside, and his receiver almost looked like he was playing defense there. Didn't even see the ball thrown, and the defensive back, number 15, was out there and had a chance to make the interception. He dove for it but couldn't quite get it. That was Elijah Pruitt for the Lions. So that'll be 3rd and 10. Aggies in need of a big play here. Still 7 minutes to play. Malone drops back to pass. Out in the flat, he's got James, old reliable today, pushed out at about the 41-yard line. That's going to be near the 1st down. We'll have to see where that is, where they mark it, whether that's going to be enough. James has been big in this second half. And it will be 4th and about a yard to go. Now they're going to come up and measure it. And it's enough for the 1st down. So James, once again, is kind of playing that relief valve position. Able to get the Aggies another 1st down. They'll stack 2 receivers to the wide side of the field, 1 to the boundary side. A back to each side of Ramon in the shotgun formation. Clock rolling under 7 minutes now. Ramon drops back to pass, looks for West deep, and pass went out when West went in, so little miscommunication between quarterback and receiver there. That'll make it 2nd down and 10. Pistol formation this time. Ramon drops back to pass there. It'll be a wide receiver screen. Gets it to West. He's still on his feet. Bounces off of a tackler. And he'll fall inside the 20-yard line near the 15. So 1st down Aggies as they continue to move the ball on this drive. There's the snap to Ramon. Fakes the handoff, looking for somewhere to throw under pressure, and he'll have to get rid of it. He may get called for intentional grounding, and they do throw the flag late. He did not have a receiver out there. He was not outside the tackle box. So that's going to be a spot foul and a loss of down on that one. Well, not as big a loss as they had initially marked. Looks like it'll be at about the 25-yard line. All they need is a ball now. And they got 2. The Aggies needing to get all the way down to about the 5-yard line, and they're on the 25-yard line. So 2nd down, about 20 yards to go. Ramon drops back to pass. It's intercepted. Defensive end jumped up and caught that one. Ramon will have to make the tackle as he makes it up to about the 42-yard line. That was a fantastic defensive play there. Nick West was open. That's where he was trying to go with it. And number 19 on defense for the Lions jumped up and made that play. That's Romeo Balboa, at least according to their roster. And he's listed as a quarterback, so I'm not sure that's right. So 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in this one. Lions offense back out there. Quick throw out into the flats, bubble screen. He'll be brought down at about the 46-yard line. Several Aggies in on the tackle, including number 97, Charles Stone. His defensive end position. Here's a snap, handoff up the middle, no, faked, and it's caught right at the 50-yard line. Number 15, DeJohn Jeffrey with the tackle. They'll mark it ahead to the 49. Boy, that is a healthy spot. There is no way he was across the 50. He was on the other side of the 50-yard line. Just a terrible spot there. Gives the Lions a 1st down. He gave him 2 yards on that spot. His forward progress, there was no way he was past the 50-yard line. Running back bowls his way forward to about the 43. That'll be a nice 7-yard gain for them. Of course, they keep the clock rolling now. 4.5 minutes left. 2nd and 3. Back in motion across the formation. They'll hand it off. Defense is there for the stop in the backfield for a loss. Number 59 there on the play, Nate Leadhead. Third down and about 5 yards to go. Clock rolling under 4 minutes to play. And we've got a timeout on the field with 3:32 left to play. Aggies trail by 8. Big play for the Aggies here. He'll roll out to his right. Let's go with the pass. It's tipped and falls incomplete. Number 92, Aaron Kinch on the play. So it'll be 4th down. So once again, Nick Shields back deep. He's at about the 10-yard line, ready to receive this punt. There's the kick. And it's going to roll out of bounds inside the 10-yard line at the 9-yard line. So if the Aggies want to tie this one up, they're going to have to go 91 yards for the touchdown. 3:20 left to play. Aggies trail 29-21. Shotgun formation. Heyman in the backfield with him. 2 split to each side. He'll drop back to pass. Lets it go. He's got a man open. He's going to catch it at the 25-yard line. That's Miguel Hudson. Oh, 1st and 10 Aggies, plus got out of bounds to stop the clock. They've already started the clock and the ball hasn't even been placed down. Ramon throws it over the middle, trying to get the running back, tipped around and intercepted. Landon Jones with the interception. So with 3:05 left to play, the Lions take over at the Aggie 24-yard line. Aggies desperately in need of a turnover here. And they'll line up in that Wildcat. And play was stopped before it started. A timeout on the field. 3:03 left to play. Aggies trail 29-21. A Wildcat formation. 2 backs to the right. Quarterback will just keep it. He's going to run wide and try to make sure he stays in bounds. His big gain on 1st down of about 9 yards. Clock now under 3 minutes to play. Same quarterback keeper to the right. This time he won't get much on this one. Still on his feet though, fights forward. We'll have to see where they mark that one. They'll mark it right at the 15-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short. Clock now under 2 minutes left to play. Time running out on the Aggies.
Come on, Aggie fans. Let's get rowdy.
A big play here. Quarterback will keep it to the right again. And he's going to have enough for a 1st down. Flag thrown immediately, a couple of them in the same vicinity. We'll see what the call is here. And a personal foul face mask penalty will give Southwest Assemblies of God a 1st and goal situation with 1:29 left to play. And the Lions will be able to line up kind of a pistol version of the victory formation with a back about 10 yards behind him in a safety position. And they'll take the knee, and they'll do that a couple times just to run out this last minute of time on the clock, as they're going to take over sole possession of 1st place in the Central States Football League. And the Aggies will suffer their 1st conference loss of the season. They'll have to snap it this time, and that's it. And that will be the ball game, as Southwest Assemblies of God has come to Carl Wooten Field and defeated the Panhandle State Aggies 29-21. Stick around. We'll talk a little bit with Coach Gaskamp after this one. Well, Coach, coming into this week, you said this was going to be the toughest game that you guys had played this year, and they proved to be a tough opponent.
Yeah, they played well. The thing is, I mean, you don't give yourself a chance. We lost the turnover thing today, 4-1, and our kicking game was absolutely atrocious. And so, when you get beat that bad in the special teams, we were playing behind the 8-ball from a field position standpoint, really almost the entire game. And obviously, you got some things we got to work on and fix. The wind had had something to do with that today, but it was windy for both teams. And so, you run the ball for 30 yards and you have 4 turnovers, and you don't play one of the special teams, you're not going to win the game. So.
Well, it looked like, you mentioned that, the running game, that they had taken you out of what you've done all season long, which was line up in the I formation and slam your tailbacks through the hole, and they didn't allow you to do that. They've got a good run defense.
Yeah, they did. They played well against the run today. I thought that we missed some blocks on the perimeter early in the game. We wanted to try to kind of spread them out a little bit and get the ball in space, and they tackled everything. We broke very few tackles in the game. So again, I think it had a lot to do with it, but I don't care what your stats are. You lose 4-1 in turnover battle and get beat as bad as we did today on special teams, and you're not going to win. So.
On their defensive side, they were put in some tough positions, but they did respond well, it seemed like, for the most part.
Yeah, I thought our defense played well enough to win the game today. Kudos to them. They've got a really good offense. I know they threw for a lot of yards, but had very little in the rushing game themselves, and we never got in any rhythm on offense, so it never kept them off the field, which was unfortunate to see because I thought our defense played well in the game. But you know what? We got a big game next week. Our kids are resilient. They're going to bounce back. You got to go back to work, starting tomorrow morning. So.
Well, that was my next question was, losses are going to come. It's what you do in response. What does your team have to do in response here?
Well, number one, we've got our arch rival at homecoming here. They're a good football team, and they're a ranked football team. Our season's not over. We have a great chance to get Langston here next week. If we're fortunate enough to beat them, we're going to be right back in the thick and have a chance to get in the playoffs. I think if we can get to 8-2, I think we'll have a chance to do that. But obviously next week is from a standpoint of the conference and the national playoffs. It's going to come down. We got to win that game next week.
They're all crucial from this point on, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. Our guys, like I said, they're going to have to bounce back. We're going to have to show some mental fortitude, some mental toughness. But our guys have always been tough like that. The nature of our guys is one that we're that way. And so we got to get them in there. We know they're going to be hurting right now, but we got to get them in the locker room. We got to bounce back and get ready for next week.
All right, thanks, Coach. Everybody come back. Next week's homecoming. Big game against Langston. Thank you.
Sure.